Hey, this is Justin with daytradethemarkets.com on Wednesday, August 15th. Today was just a brutally slow, choppy day in the E-mini S&P. Had about a 6-point range in total. So it's just been kind of choppy trading. But what I wanted to do is just kind of introduce the next concept. If you watched the video that I did last week, and I'm sorry I haven't done as many, I was traveling a bit, we talked about the relative aggression bars and how you can just kind of make sense of the market based on what those relative aggression bars do. And do we have follow through? Do we have rejection? And you can see here we had a level 2 buying bar that had some follow through. So short term, at least, we're thinking continuation. And then we had a selling bar that had some follow through. So we're thinking short term, markets moving down. Then we have this level 3 selling bar that gets rejected, and that's indicative of a day that's choppy, as a lot of these bars are going to get rejected. So we head higher, have a level 2 buying bar there that gets rejected. We head lower. We test again with this level 3 buying bar that gets rejected, so we're going to head lower. It's just that kind of that idea. I don't really want to focus on that today. Check out the last video on this for more explanation. I looked at several markets and how these relative aggression bars help you. I want to just add another component, which was the intraday support and resistance zones, and I think they can be helpful on a day like today, in that they can help you make better decisions. So you can see here that what I've added to the screen is the red is expected resistance short term, and the green is expected support. So resistance, support, resistance, expected support, and so forth. Okay, and that's going to change throughout the day, and what you see is what you would see on the chart in real time. But I haven't put on the intraday filter, which is also helpful. I haven't put on deceleration bars. I've just simply put on the aggression bars and then the intraday support resistance. So again, we've got the aggression bars in real time. We have deceleration. I do not have those on the chart right now. We have the resistance, support and resistance zones, which I have shown, and we also have the filter, which I do not have on there right now. We also want to put that in context with what's going on bigger picture, which we talk about each day in our member center as well, with the idea being that when you can wait for situations where many of the pieces of evidence come together, 2 or 3 or 4 of these pieces of evidence to align or form what we call confluence, then you have a very high edge trading opportunity. So just looking at the support resistance zones, again, we opened up and we had a nice support zone. It's in the context of an intraday bigger picture up auction, so it's certainly not a bad place to get in. And certainly you'd be and especially like a day like today, you'd want to think about getting out of the trade in there at the resistance zone. And then when it came back down here, it didn't quite test there, but that's kind of what you would be thinking. You're looking for a way to get long in there. And again, the filter was also green. I'm not showing that right now just to simplify. Now with that said, right here, the resistance zone turned to support, and it's a bigger picture up auction. So by all means, this was a good opportunity right in here to get long. It's also at the base of a level 3 buying aggression bar. So I actually got a little bit lucky. I had an appointment this afternoon, but I definitely would have taken that trade. Wouldn't have worked out. Hopefully I could have gotten out of that without when we started to see some selling bars come in right here. I could have got out for nearly a scratch, but certainly it's not always going to work out. It's not 100%. It's not the holy grail, but all things equal, there's a lot going for me in that idea of taking a trade. And we had a green filter at the time. Our bigger picture auction is up. We have a green support zone. So that's what I'm talking about, where several pieces of evidence align. This one didn't work out, like I said, but it certainly could have, and that's a trade I would take 100 out of 100 times. Okay. Because it's all about probability. It's not going to work out every time, but I know I have a good edge. Now, with that said, when that fails, in other words, this, I put air quotes, that should have worked when we have a breakout with a level 3 buying bar in a bigger picture up auction, and we have it against the support zone right there, and our filter's green, which you can't see right now. That should, quote, should work. When it didn't, it's a pretty good sign the market's heading the other direction. You have to, again, put that in the context of today, where we have a 6-point range in total. So, the fact that it sold off 2 or 3 points is actually relatively significant in that sense, but it's pretty minimal in bigger picture, I guess you could say. So hopefully I'm not confusing you. My point today is just simply to show you the next component of the software, kind of doing a series here, where we've got the the aggression bars and so forth, but we also have then the next one that we talk about and that we teach are these support resistance zones. And again, the idea is if you're thinking about a long and it's into a resistance zone, you want to think twice. Now, if there's other evidence that overrides that, by all means override it. Conversely, if you're thinking about a long and it's a green zone, that should add a little bit of confidence. Okay, if you're thinking about a short and it's a red zone, it should add a little bit of confidence. If you're thinking about a short and it's into a green zone, you should maybe think twice. So again, it's just all about taking different pieces of evidence to add to your kind of the calculus that you want to go ahead and make a decision with. So pretty simple. Hopefully that makes some sense. Let us know if you have any questions about that idea. But that's the point. It's just trying to use information, better information to give you better evidence, so you can make better decisions, and that obviously leads to better results. So that's what it's all about. All right. We'll talk soon. Let us know if you have any questions. Thanks.